Welcome to episode number 80 of the Eavesdrop podcast. I didn't know how long you were going to keep me up there. We have Hukes, multi-game champion, has been in the scene since you were how old?
Since I was 14.
14? Mm-hmm. And how old are you now?
I'm 21.
21, so you've been in it for a minute.
Yep.
Let me do this.
Alrighty.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
So I wanted to. You're one of the most quiet people that I know in the scene.
Yeah.
So I was like, we got to do one with him. We got to give my man a chance to spill the beans, tell his story.
Okay.
So that's why we're here today, man. Thank you for stopping by. Obviously, you live right down the street by the Envy headquarters. Obviously, Dallas is dominated by the Dallas Empire, Dallas Fuel. What else do you guys have? Envy,
Dallas Fuel. Yep. All
that.
Mm-hmm.
How is it being a part of that organization, such a storied organization?
It's been an experience. I've been here for 4 years now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just been years and years of trying to, make something happen for the org. And I felt like last year I finally did something great for the org, was one champ. So, it's a good feeling, especially for Hastro and stuff. So.
Yeah, so is it a matter of, so you guys have two now, so that's like, Hastro's always not going to let me live that down, you know what I mean? Like, he's really good at bragging about, so, for example, right, and I would joke with him all the time about this, like, if he's doing something good, that's what he'll brag about, and he'll make that, like, the most important part of the thing, right? So, he'll be like, all right, so let me see, all right, so we haven't won most championships in Call of Duty, but we do have the most championships in Call of Duty and the most best placements at champs. Yeah. So I'm gonna focus on that. You've been with Envy for close to 4 or 5 years now.
4, yeah, a little over 4, yeah.
You might be next to Stro and maybe like some of the early dudes, like one of the longest standing like Envy members ever.
I've been here for a while.
That's some loyalty, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must treat you well. I tried to steal you once. They were like, nope, that shit ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting for sure. It's been an experience at least. So, yeah.
Good. You guys have my man Andy Peterman over there. Ice. That's my man right there. He good people. Let's start from the beginning, man. Obviously, you started playing. You didn't start playing at 14. That's when you went pro at 14, or that's when you started competing.
Yeah, I went pro like I think right when I turned 15, but 14 was like my first year competing in Ghost.
Okay,
so
Ghost.
That whole year I was going to the amateur tournaments or open events and competing.
Yeah,
that was interesting as well for me.
Yeah, so when did you start playing? Like because obviously you don't start playing immediately. You're like challengers, right? Like you have to have some sort of introduction into the competitive scene. So
I got into gaming through my brother. I was playing since I was like 7 years old. I was playing Halo 3. He got me into Halo 3. I played a lot of the MLG playlist. Got like a 50 in every playlist, like just grinding. And then I stopped just playing competitive games, and I started playing other games, and then school and stuff like that. And then my brother goes to college for football, and his roommate is actually Pluto. I'm sure you know Pluto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah. It was just like
Pluto's massive now, right?
Yeah.
Well, I knew Pluto before he was like muscular.
Yeah.
Or he was like, you could tell he was like a built dude, but not like this shredded.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And so
wait,
that was
like
about
the same person, Pluto, right?
Yeah, Pluto. Okay. MW2 national champ. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know. It was just off like luck, kind of, and then I didn't know anything about Call of Duty competitive until that happened, because he was like, oh, my roommate's a pro COD player. And I was just like kind of mind blown by that idea. So I gave it a try, and that's like basically how I started competing. Is like I heard about Call of Duty competitive. I didn't play much COD at the time. Like honestly, like I was never about COD. It was always like Halo and World of Warcraft and stuff. And then I heard that, and that's what like inspired me to try. And then within my first year, I went pro. So yeah.
So just, I don't know, just natural talent. Were you like, could you tell already that you were better than your brothers? Like Scump would play with his brother and his friends who are like, I don't know, almost 5 years older, and he was like shitting on them. Was that the same experience for you?
Yeah, no, I knew I was like really good at games during like the Halo 3 time, because I was like 8, 9 years old, dominating the lobbies. Like I was playing custom stuff like that. Like, and my brother knew too, and that's why he was like, oh, you should give this a try. Like he's seen how good I was when I was like super young. So yeah.
I met your brother once at the NVO. How many brothers do you have?
I have one.
You have one?
And
just
one
sibling?
sister.
Oh, and one sister. So okay. So it was your brother that I met at the NV offices. So he was the one that truly like pushed you into this thing and sort of.
Yeah, he did everything for me, literally. Like even getting me out to my first few events, I mean, it makes sense. Like, my parents didn't fully support me because they're like, what are you doing playing games, blah, blah, blah. But obviously that I made money. Now they do. But at first it was all him. Like, he like used all of his money to get me out to events and all that. I mean, I appreciate him more than anything.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I met your dad also at events. We always have like a quick chat, say hi. Every time I see him, go up to him, say hello. Obviously, cool guy. Was it difficult for them to eventually or how long did it take for them to be like, wait, time out. This is, if my son was really good at art, I'd be buying him paintbrushes left and right. Like, he's obviously got a talent.
Yeah, no, it was like as soon as I got my first bit of money, which was the event I got second at, like basically the event I went pro.
Yeah.
After they saw that, they're like, okay, like, they started supporting me and like told me to keep going, basically. So yeah.
Do you come from an athletic family? Like sports is big in your family?
Yeah, to my dad. Definitely. Sports is big for him. Not really my mom, but my brother played sports. I played sports all of my childhood, but then I had to stop due to complications, not because of gaming, but yeah. It's always been, I have like a little joint thing that's just been with me, so I can't really like be too active. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I find it that it's easier for parents who are like super competitive and into sports to be more understanding of the competitive side of of that. So I'm sure that once he saw, he's like, wait, my son is better than something. This is competition. Let's see. Does he go to every single one of your events?
Not every single one, but he does want to. Like, I know he wants to go to every single event, but he just can't do that. Like, he works a bunch. So, but my dad supports it. Yeah. Like, he gets into it now. Sometimes, like, more than me. Like, he'll be watching my matches just, like, screaming and stuff. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah. That's good, man. I mean, I think that as a father, if I saw Liv playing, I mean, when I see her playing basketball, man, I'm that dad in the stands.
Yeah,
right? Like, no, don't do that. Use your elbow.
That's my dad. Even when I played sports, and my brother, like, he gets into it.
Me and your dad will get along. I'm the same way, dude. Like, I see Liv go to basketball practice, and they'll put a boy up against her, and she's very tall, so they'll put like another tall dude next to her, and then she'll just hit him with the elbow and then lay up, But obviously you go to your first and those Ghosts. You said your first event that you went pro was that Ghosts?
No, my first event I went pro was the first event in AW, I think, or the second, but I only did the last 4 tournaments of Ghosts, and then I kind of made a name for myself at the last Ghost tournament. I made it to pool play with all the pros through Open, and then I ended up with like the #1 KD at the event, and I was like 14. Yeah. And that's kind of where people are like, who is this guy? Like, what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
we all were.
Yeah, going into AW online, that was like kind of where I made my mark,
Yeah, dude, so, no one moved like you.
Yeah, I was moving.
Yeah, you had the jets going in all directions.
Yeah.
That was really good. When you sort of step into the scene, what is for people that are now stepping into it, right, like challengers and all these amateurs, what is one thing that you remember vividly about something that you should have done differently? Obviously, when new talent comes into the space, me as a scout, me as a general manager, me as a team owner, I'm always like keeping an eye on like, let's see how this player develops, let's see how this happens. Did a lot of people start reaching out immediately? Like, how long was it before somebody said, "Yo, you gotta come play for me"? Like now.
It was pretty much right after that event we got second with Stunner. That's like whenever everyone was like hitting me up to play. But one thing I wish I did differently, I don't know. I don't think I would have done anything differently. I mean, I felt like I was doing everything I could whenever I was an amateur. I was grinding, being a good teammate. I mean, one thing that I learned nowadays that I wish I did like in a period of when, my teams weren't the best, not anyone specifically, but just like my teams, was like to be more, not necessarily mean, but like I was almost more like, yo, like we need to get on our game, like, you know what
assertive.
I mean? Yeah, and I felt like that's one thing I never really did for the longest time, because I was just like always just trying to be a good teammate.
Yeah.
But sometimes you kind of have to throw that out. Like now I learned that like you have to like be on people. Like, you got to realize like this is our job, and like we all love this. Or, sheesh, sorry for not like we all love this and we all want to win. So why the hell are we not trying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did.
And that's something I never like told people, because I was sitting there trying my ass off. You know what I mean? And Nah, that's one thing, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
I got to be more assertive.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that is that you have like I'm a '90s basketball kind of guy. I stopped watching when Jordan retired, like the whole nine. And John Stockton, obviously one of the best point guards. Karl Malone, like from the Utah Jazz. Both of them never won a championship, right? Never. But they were like considered. They're gonna go to the Hall of Fame, considered best of the best of the best, right? Was this the first year that you guys won a championship in Call of Duty?
Yep.
It was, right? But you always had the skill to sort of win championships. It was the people that you were not surrounding yourself with, but you know people don't often understand the fact that it's not as easy as saying it's like I want a team with him, that. Like the amount of moving pieces that would have to happen in order for you to end up with your dream team. It doesn't always happen.
It doesn't.
Right? And you sort of you were sort of, and I always saw, you know, from the outside, I always saw, you know, one, Hasbro was always trying to get a good team around you, like from the beginning, right? Like even in our podcast, it's like, you know, he like gave you a shout out saying that you're like the important piece on that team, right? So you know, from that support, that seems good. And for the pieces to fall into place for you to get a team that was going to allow you to really, you know, support your game style and get you to a championship, it just like never panned out until just recently. What do you did you pick the team? Did you have any say in picking up Hukes? I mean, what's his name? HECZ and Illey?
Yeah. So this team is basically like a team I picked based off of like my past experiences. Like obviously a lot of people didn't agree with it in the beginning. They're like, why the hell are you picking up HECZ, Illey? They haven't even played at
morons.
Yeah, exactly. And in my head it was like a no-brainer because that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be on a team where everyone wanted to be there every day. Because that was like my biggest struggle is like for the past few years, you know, I'm hearing people say, oh, like he's not the same player he was, blah, blah, blah. Like obviously like after time, like you kind of like start to not believe it, but like in my, like I always like trusted myself and knew like, yo, like I'm still putting in the same amount of time. I still feel like I'm the same player, just the results aren't there. And it wasn't a good feeling playing 16 hours a day and feeling like your teammates weren't giving you
the same thing.
Giving you like at least like a little bit, you know. It just felt like people didn't really care. And going into that Modern Warfare, that was like my main thing. I was like, okay, like I really want people that want to be there every day, and I don't care who they are, just show up, you know, give the like just buy into the team. That's what I want.
90%.
Exactly. Like just buy into the team for 1 year, please. And you know, I talked to Illey. And I didn't know much about him at first, but with a couple times of talking to him, it was like a no-brainer for me. I was like, yo, like this guy, he has like a next level mindset whenever it comes to Call of Duty. Like I've never seen nothing like it before. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
well, go into that. What do you mean?
He is on some like, okay, I know it's Call of Duty, you know, I'm not gonna like. His mindset is a lot like. I'm not trying to gas him because he's new, but like a Kobe mindset or something. Like, you know, I've been competing for 7 years. I've never heard anyone do this before. But I mean, I'm sure you've heard some crazy stories too. But like our first event we won at LA, you know, he's waking up or going into Saturday to Sunday. He's literally, well, I found out afterwards, but he didn't sleep that night because he's thinking about COD. So he goes to his friend's Airbnb at 6 a.m. on the match we have to play to win the tournament and shoots bots until 6 hours before our match at 12.
Just shooting bots? For
6 hours at 6 a.m. Didn't go to sleep the night before because all he cares about is like winning the tournament. And I mean, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But he literally just wants it so bad.
Either,
exactly.
Right?
You know, like the kid wants it. I'll tell you that for sure.
And how old is he?
He just turned 19.
19.
Yeah, and I realized like he had that passion like within a couple times of talking to him. So like picking him up was like a no-brainer to me. I was like, yo, like this guy really wants to be here every day. Like, you know, can't knock it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you team with HECZ or did you compete against HECZ in Halo?
I played against him at like my last Halo tournament, and he actually beat me.
Yeah.
But I knew HECZ since he was like 14 through one of my teammates, Boo Boo Doo Boo. And yeah, we played like just 2v2 Halo with him before he was pro, and I like instantly realized I was like, there's no way this guy's this good. Like, you know what I mean?
He's cheating.
Yeah, no, I was literally sitting there like, yo, like at that time, like I was young too. I was like 16 and he was like 14, and I'm sitting there like, nah, like I was like, I'm the best. Like, you know what I mean? I was thinking like, I'm the best. There's no way this kid's that good. And then after a while, like it kind of just like unfolded that I was like, yo, this guy is next level. Like,
I don't know.
just
Like,
a
do
gamer.
you think it's a Call of Duty thing to have like haters? Obviously, we have this like culture of like of a bro culture, right? Like a jock culture more than any other. I mean, maybe Gears of War, but aside from that, like we do have a very sports approach to the way that we handle Call of Duty, and as such comes a little bit of hate with that. And hating is like the easiest thing to do. Instead of sitting there and be like, well, giving somebody a chance is tough, right? So you saying is like, man, Shotzi, like, man, I don't know if he's gonna pan out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it's easier to say that than to realize that one, this guy has won a championship in Halo. Everybody in Halo is saying that he is going to grow up to be like the best Halo player ever. When I talk to Frosty continuously says this dude is the fucking truth.
Nah, he
right?
is.
So when we're all like hearing this, right, all the behind the scenes, and like nobody makes that sort of commitment without having some sort of background information on someone. When I heard that he was coming onto the team, immediately I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the guy that everybody has been talking about in Halo. Secondly, people forget like all the praise that Formal gets now. Like people forget that he came from Halo. So when people fucking have this thought, and I don't know if it happened to you when you went to Halo, were people shit talking you over there like you weren't? Like,
yeah, it was one of those things like I didn't get like that much respect until I won in Halo, but I mean it's understandable.
But it did happen?
Yeah, it did for sure.
Yeah, what team? Who did you play for? It was Splice, right?
I was on Envy. I won
for Halo.
Yeah, I won like 3 tournaments under Envy on Halo. So yeah.
But when you came on, they were like this fucking COD kid.
Oh yeah.
So that does happen. It's not just Call of Duty that we're a bunch of haters.
Yeah, it just happened. I think that's just part of how everything is nowadays. So
yeah. You know what's effed up about that is the fact that look, we sit here and we have like we have the internet, we have all the information in the world, but it's easier for us to hate on something new happening than something else. The other thing you have to realize is that when Shotzi comes into the Call of Duty world, that's one less Call of Duty player that's been here for 10 years that gets knocked down the ladder. But that's neither his fault nor Shotzi's fault. Shotzi didn't ask to be fucking. God bless me with hand-eye coordination better than fucking everybody else.
Yeah.
But I knew, right? Like immediately, I'm like, okay, well, the Formal did it, right? Like Huke did it. He just went to Halo and represented over there. The same way that Billy or Mental, the same way that anybody is going to be going back and forth. Like hand-eye coordination is hand-eye coordination. Yeah. Right. You see athletes playing 2 ways, right? Deion Sanders, I think, was the last guy that played baseball and football at once, or was it Nate Robinson that played basketball and football? I don't know. But there is this sort of thing where you're just naturally gifted at one thing that allows you to compete in multi-sports. So you won 3 Halo championships. 1 Halo, or 3, was it 3 this year? 3 Call of Duty championships?
We won 4. Yeah.
4?
Yep.
So you won 3 in the 4th? Which ones?
4.
So you won the Optic one.
We won the Optic one, London, the London Online Series, and then Champs, and then there's one more I'm missing. It's like Toronto. Yeah, Toronto or something like that.
Yeah. Well, how do you like the league? How do you like the league structure? And obviously, don't get yourself fined on my podcast. Like, I'm not paying Stro. That's on you, bro. That's your guy.
Nah, you're good. The new structure, right?
Yeah. Well, not 2021. Or even, the new world that you live in. Obviously, you competed in Call of Duty since Ghosts. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we have something brand new happening, right? In the league. Was that transition like easy for you?
No, I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't, because of just like, you go from these open events where you play all day to, that's something no one really thinks about, is like we're literally playing like 4 matches to win a tournament in like maybe a couple a day. And before it was like you're playing like, especially like loser runs, like you're playing like 8-9 matches a day, waking up in the morning and then going back at it, same thing. And I felt this year it was a lot harder just as a competitor, like to hit like your zone, It's kind of hard to hit your zone whenever you're just
sitting idle.
One, you're on online. 2, you're kind of just like, the only thing you could do to warm up is like shoot bots, I feel like at an event, it was a lot easier to get in a zone because, it's in person and you're playing matches throughout the day. Like, it's like you're getting better throughout the day. That's kind of like how I looked at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me personally, it was a lot harder to like get in the zone online and in these matches for sure.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the loser bracket runs. Like, we've done a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
And you sort of have this situation that happens where you may peak one game too early, and then after that, fatigue sets in, right? Because your body can only go so far. So if match number 8 on the loser run is where you fucking really hit your stride and nobody can stop you, and champs or the championship match is, and then you got to play 2 best of 5s, you're talking about you're already on your way down on the 9th match, and the 10th one, which is the decider, you're just gassed out.
Oh yeah, I remember my first tournament I won in Halo. I actually won 2 best of 7s to win it, and I remember afterwards, I was like mentally just exhausted because like I was like putting my all into that whole series, and like it was like throughout the day, ended super late, and yeah, that feeling of like just like being exhausted afterwards like was low-key like a good feeling. I was like, yo, like I really worked for this win, you know what I mean? I don't know. I definitely miss all of those experiences for sure. But I mean, it's not. I mean, the structure right now, it's not bad or anything. It's just you definitely have to adjust to it. So yeah.
Would you have it the other way around? Would you have it the way it was in the past, where anybody at any given point can win? Yeah,
for sure. I definitely would.
Just because of the amount of matches that you play, or?
I just think the overall experience is better. I mean, maybe not for the viewer. I mean, for me personally, like watching open events was like more exciting, I guess you could say. You know? But I don't know. I see why they did it this year, but for me personally, like I definitely would take it the other way. Yeah, it's just more of an experience, you know.
I agree. I mean, obviously, like the allure of being able to play against Huke, right, in the open bracket, like that means something to amateurs. That means something to challengers, you know. And I don't know from a scouting perspective whether that works or doesn't. I think that's something that needs to mature in Call of Duty and in esports in general to be able to do that. Like the farming of teams, the farming of players, you know, that sort of thing it's not going to happen overnight, and surely we're not there yet. And you know, for the most part, I really like the overall approach to the league, but I do miss the MLG events where, as a spectator, I'm talking about. As a spectator, you get the nerves, right? You get because there's nothing scarier, nothing sucks more than getting knocked out on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. It's just ass, like the worst feeling. As a spectator, right? Imagine as a player, like it's gotta feel worse. So I don't know. Going into this new season in 2021, have you seen the new format, or do you understand it?
I actually like looked over it, but I honestly haven't like really put much thought into it. I'm not really sure how it works this year.
So you're just showing up and playing whatever you do.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I am. Is like I just focus on what I need to day to day. I try really hard, and then I don't look too deep into what's going on like a month ahead or whatever. So, yeah,
that's very cool. Who do you think is going to be your number one challenge this year? Now, before you say that, I said that our challenge was going to be FaZe and you guys. Wait, FaZe and who else? I think it was FaZe. I don't even know. I think it was FaZe. I said FaZe. I didn't say you guys because I want to get Hastro mad and I want him tweeting at me and shit.
Yeah.
So, who do you think?
Our biggest challenge. That's the weird thing about the beginning of games. You never really know.
Right?
You never know. But like just based off of
well, look at Mutineers, right? Like everybody look at Paris. Everybody was talking shit about Paris at the beginning of the year, and then Paris comes out of nowhere and you know, they snap.
There's a lot of factors that go into who's good in a year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I would say there's going to be 5 teams that are just going to be competing against each other the whole year, like you guys, 100 Thieves, FaZe, us. I mean, then there's like the other teams where you never know. They could just randomly be better than all of us, you know? Like, but just off of me personally and going off last year, like, FaZe, you guys, 100 Thieves.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the safe answer is FaZe because like everyone knows Simp and Abizi are nasty.
Yeah, and then now they got Alec with them too.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I think the overall way that the league is happening, like last year we had more round 11s than we ever have. Period. End of story. Like I don't know if somebody looked up the stats or not, but I do think that we had like the closest round 11s, the closest 2-point wins on. And I think that next year it becomes a little bit tougher, right? Because we're literally shaving off everything and just keeping. If there was a ranking system to truly identify who the best, players are in the league, that's who's in the league right now. Well, not necessarily. But you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, from a competition standpoint, I think that's a given.
On the competition's high for sure. Yeah.
Who are you more worried about? All right, before I ask you this question.
Okay.
Playing with Clay, playing with Crim 6, obviously had to have been like a good change of pace for you, right? You have proven champions in both of them, and then you have a very specific kind of work ethic, different but same at the same time with both of them, right? Crim 6 being more of the authoritarian, this is how we got to do shit, this is why we got to do this shit like this way. Yeah. And then you have Clay that like, no, we got to do this shit this way because of this way. Did that help you and the two other ones to become a little bit better? Obviously, with that sort of experience.
No, yeah, I think everyone played a big part in why we were like a good team, and having them two specifically, like how they worked well together in a way, like on how they explained the game, definitely helped us. I think the biggest thing is like a respect thing. They both had a respect for each other, and they both have respect for all of us. So even if we said something, or like me, they actually like would listen, I feel like that's a big part why we were good, is we all just had like a respect for each other. So yeah.
Yeah, Crim 6 has said over and over again that this is the best team that he's ever played with. And he said not necessarily because of the skill but more importantly because of the attitudes that go into this thing, like the want to be better and the ability to be able to listen without any thought of being sort of talked down to, right? Yeah. Because that's often what happens with big egos, right? And we've always been plagued. Optic has always been plagued with that one thing, right? Big egos. You always had Nadeshot, you always had Scump. Those two always butted heads. You had Crim 6 and Nadeshot butting heads. You had Seth and Crim 6 butting heads. Like this sort of Formal and the team at some point. Yeah. Like these massive egos that sort of get developed because of the eyeballs that we have on ourselves. Like, Crim made it very clear. That's like maybe not necessarily from a skill standpoint, maybe from a skill standpoint, but more importantly from the willingness to be molded into what should be. And it worked. I mean, you guys won more than anybody, and you guys got the champs.
Yeah. I would agree with him. I mean, this is the best team I've been. Obviously, I haven't been on the teams he's been on, but I feel like the reason why he says that isn't because of like skill or like what we've done. It's simply off of like we actually work well together in terms of like how we communicate to each other. It's not ever like, it's like an understanding thing. Like we understand we all want to win. So if someone's screaming or anything, like it's not, no one takes it personal. Yeah. We're just all trying to get better, and we all understand that. So like, what's the point of having any negative emotions for someone afterwards? Like we're just trying to get better. Yeah.
Did that come easy to the young guns?
Yeah. Shotzi, I knew he's always been like that. He's always been quiet. He'll listen. And then Ender.
I mean, who's the quietest out of all three of you, dude? Like,
dude, that's the thing. Like,
we see quiet, but you guys together are just like regular loud people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whenever we're together, we're chilling, like we're laughing, like we have a good time, and we all get along. None of us are like that quiet. I mean, like from the outside, I'm definitely the quietest. Like I don't really speak my mind or anything like that. But whenever like we're just chilling, like we vibe for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Who's the funniest on the team?
Oh, Illey. 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's one of the funniest people I ever met.
Really?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Hell yeah, good.
Yeah.
On the weekly basis, obviously you live right next to your facility, right? Yeah. And it's a fucking incredible facility, like top of the line. Like no comparison to the HECZ quarters, obviously, right? This humble startup that we have going on right here. But does that help, having the ability to just go into your place or your workstation every single day with your coworkers, in essence, your teammates, to sit down and work to a common goal?
Yeah, and
or would you prefer to play out of your bedroom like some of these nerds?
Nah, me personally, I definitely would rather like go somewhere to play. Like even if it was an office, I would still want to do something before I play. So like having the office like honestly helps me a lot. I could just it gets me out of the house. Like sometimes you just need some fresh air, man. Like so no, I definitely like the fact that I could just go somewhere and play. Definitely. And especially it helps the team whenever we're all there. We haven't all been there in a while, but this year I think we're going to be playing out of there, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to, right? Like that's a league mandate or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You have to play because I don't know if are they sending referees out to the events to like each place?
I don't know. I've not heard any of that. So yeah.
I haven't either. But when the rumor happened, or when we heard that might be a thing, immediately I told Matt, I told everyone, like, don't give this guy no lunch, don't give this guy no soda. Tell him to bring his own fucking lunch, his own water. We don't want him to feel like he's our friend. He's got to, officiate the match the right way. And during Call of Duty Ghosts, maybe there was a referee inside of a booth, and we had a GoPro set. Yeah, and it was like a very intense match, round 11 or something. Then we won, in the ref in the background was like, yes, he did this motion. It was like, oh shit, like you can't have that, right? Like the official can be a fan of a team afterwards, but not during the match. During the match, everybody's wearing the same jersey, and someone falls or whatever. Are you looking forward to? So Crim 6, and I don't know if this math is right or if I'm misquoting him, but he said that 38 out of the 41 pro players in the CDL are currently living here in North Texas.
Something like that. Yeah, I agree. I know there's like a player from each team that might be home, but other than that, yeah, pretty much everyone's moved out here. So yeah. You
think that's gonna level the playing field? I mean, obviously, like host does matter, right?
Of course.
That's
undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely will level out the playing field, I think. So the best it can, at least. It's still online at the end of the day. You're gonna get joked, whatever you want to call it, like it's gonna happen. It's online. So yeah.
Are you looking forward to that, having that many people around with the same sort of level? Are people still gonna pick like Chicago or like different hosts, or is everyone gonna pick Texas hosts?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I was thinking about that too the other day. I'm like, I don't know.
I bet you if anyone knows the answer to that, is Crim 6.
Yeah,
like he sure knows.
He knows all of that. Like he dives into all the internet type things. He's funny with that stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I miss it, man. I mean, like the random shit that he would say. I bet you when you showed up to that helicopter launch to go through, he's like, "Oh, dude, this is a helicopter F11556."
Dude, he knows everything. Just the most random things ever. I don't know.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, how is it that? Like, I'm pretty sure like he'll be like, "All right, we're going on a helicopter." He'll ask, "What kind of helicopter?" He'll do the research. So the following day when they show up, he'll be like, "Hey, this helicopter flew in Vietnam, and then they redesigned the propeller from 5 to 4 to make whatever." Yeah. I think that he is that sort of dude. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to say hello to the sponsors really quickly, and we'll get back to it. 2 sponsors this week. One that's always here to keep us fed is DoorDash. DoorDash. What can't I say? I mean, between me being here at the HECZ quarters on a Saturday from 9 to 12, and me not really wanting to go home and set up breakfast or make food, I can literally just order it right now, and by the time I get home, it is there. Between never-ending laundry cycles and incoming emails, you've got plenty to do on your to-do list. Give yourself one less thing to worry about, and let DoorDash take care of your next meal. You want Chinese, they want pizza. And someone is craving froyo. There's something for everyone on DoorDash. The good thing about DoorDash is that if they got it on their phone, so everybody can order food, eat together at the same time, but everybody gets to order what it is that they want, right? DoorDash is the application that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Ordering is easy. Open the DoorDash application, choose what you want to eat, and your food will be left safely outside of your door with the new contactless delivery drop-off setting. With over 300,000 partners in the U.S., Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, mate, you can support your local go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Chipotle, Wendy's, the Cheesecake Factory. I'm big into the Chipotle orders. That's just my thing. Literally had that last night. Many of your favorite local restaurants are still open for delivery. Just open the DoorDash application and select your favorite local restaurant, and your food will be left at your door. DoorDash deliveries are now contactless to keep your communities we operate in safe. And right now, our listeners can get $5 off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. And as always, if you order anything less than $15, you're not enjoying life. You're not living life to the fullest. No. Get something. Get a lot, okay? And then figure the rest out later. That's $5 off your order and 0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash application in the App Store and enter code Eavesdrop. That's EAVESDROP. Don't forget, that's code Eavesdrop for $5 off your first order with DoorDash. Okay, get $5 off DoorDash, 0 delivery fees of your first order of $15 or more. Now, this next sponsor, first time ever, super excited to promote this. As you guys know, I'm a massive HBO watcher. I watch every single show. My favorite shows, I can tell it to you right now. Deadwood, Rome. Rome is probably the best political show that has ever existed, and it came through HBO. And through HBO Max, you get to watch those. What I'm saying is that the library that HBO Max has is just like incredible. Now, I'm gonna look at the key messages now, okay? Because that was truly, I support HBO because of, the ability for HBO to get me outside of my groove by allowing me to watch the programs that they do. I'm such a big fan. I was super hyped when they asked to sponsor the podcast. So in true 2020 fashion, the holidays are going to look a little bit different this year. That's why I partner with HBO Max to keep the spirit of togetherness alive with a library of films for the holiday season. Staying put with your quarantine crew for the holidays, HBO Max has the most bingeable series for you. At home with your overbearing family, HBO Max has the movie to get lost in. Doing the holiday solo, HBO Max has the titles you'll want to discuss with your friends and family virtually. No matter what mood you're in this holiday season, HBO Max has something for you. I can Sopranos, The Wire. I can list every single one. Pretty Little Things. Oh, I'm such a big one. Okay, so HBO Max has some classic holiday films now streaming, like Holiday Affair, A Christmas Carol. Okay, personally, I've been watching The Last Christmas. I did, but then I just immediately just tuned out of that. Watched The Family Stone with Jude because that's our favorite thing. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I watched so much of that in the early days that I just don't do that anymore, right? But no. So what I'm looking most forward to is trying out these new series that I haven't gotten a chance to watch, right? We have Baby God, which is an HBO premiere. Euphoria. Apparently that's an incredible show that I haven't even started. Hutch is constantly recommending it. Stylist with Jenna Lyons. That's a Max premiere. Looney Tunes Holiday Special. Saturday cartoons. That term came from my era. Okay, Saturday cartoons, Looney Tunes Holiday Special. That's something you should definitely watch. And then you got Let Them Talk, 4 Blocks, House of Ho, Summer Camp. I can sit here and tell you everything about it, but I hope that this translates right. That I am such a big fan of HBO that I tell you I don't know where I would be if I wasn't for that. All right, now I know I said all these shows, but can we say the last and final one just as a send off? Okay, Game of Thrones. Jesus. Man, what a series. Think about that. Anyway, HBO Max is becoming the best streaming platform for me. As much as I'm a fan of all the other ones, this is the one that has kept me through and through from the beginning. Band of Brothers. I'm going to stop naming them because I'm going to look like the biggest nerd ever, but I highly recommend that if you haven't given HBO Max a shot as a streaming platform, I suggest that you do because it's endless, and I mean it, endless amount of entertainment, right? Just on the series alone, incredible ones, movies, shows, this is the place for you to go. And right now, if you go to the first link in the description down below, you can click on that and go stay cozy at home this holiday season, enjoying it. Yeah. Anyway, and especially now that they cut this incredible deal where movies that are supposed to go directly into movie theaters, they're gonna be co-released at the same time. Like Wonder Woman. Who doesn't want to watch movies the second that they come out in theaters at home? Give yourself the option to do that. I always said it. If people charged me an extra $20 to watch the same movie that I would have paid, whatever in the theaters, I would have done that at home. Anyway, if you head over, right? If you choose to stay cozy at home and head over to hbomax.com/eavesdrop, you will be able to experience some great goodness. Okay, so guys, if there was ever a time for you to check out the shows that I just mentioned, it is now. Let's have something to talk about. Have I ever steered you in the wrong direction with any of my recommendations, movies, shows, food? No. Start today, hbomax.com/eavesdrop. Become a member and enjoy the best period of time in shows. Let's stop it there. Anyway, back to my man Huke. So again, thank you to DoorDash always coming back, and HBO Max for the holidays, man. That's my favorite thing, obviously. Do you watch a lot of shows?
I used to, not so much anymore.
What do you do on your downtime when you're not competing? How many hours a day do you practice, and what do you do when you're not practicing?
I don't know.
You're in a safe place, man. No one's watching.
Nah,
here. It's just
I know.
Nah.
Well, in my free time, it's different every year. I always find something in the year where I get invested in. I that's probably why I'm so quiet. Is I kind of stay away from not because I want to, but I stay away from social media and stuff like that. I like investing time into something. I don't I try to be as productive in whatever I'm doing. I try to try in it.
Yeah.
This year I've been gaming a lot more, but last year I was playing different games, and then I don't know. I always find something whether it be music or,
making music or listening to music.
Nah, just trying different things. I always try new things, making whatever it is. And recently, you know, I don't know, I've been just learning about random things like
Crim 6. Crim 6 is rubbing off on you.
Yeah, well, like I always like my dad. He's like into rockets, so like I learn about like space stuff like that, quantum physics, like random stuff. I don't know why. I'm just weird, but yeah, that's what I do in my free time. I try and learn about something.
You're a rocket scientist on your free time.
No.
An amateur rocket scientist.
Nah, I mean I try to like understand it because like I find it interesting. My dad talks about it all the time, and so like sometimes I'll be watching videos like learning about stuff like that. But yeah, last year I was just playing a lot of PC games on the side.
Like
I'm not
what?
gonna lie. Just playing Valorant, Fortnite.
Do you like Valorant?
I do.
Yeah, do you think it's going to go somewhere?
Yeah, I honestly do.
Are you just saying that because you guys have a team, or do you
No. I mean that. I mean, I play the game and then I watch it. Honestly, like, I don't know if you watch any of the recent tournaments. Like, it's been, for me personally.
I see everything, brother.
Yeah. For me, it's like, I don't know, watching the recent Valorant tournaments has been, like, very, very fun. So, and then just, like, from playing it, it's a fun game for sure. I think it'll go somewhere, for sure.
As a Call of Duty player, you obviously, you know, you envy having a Counter-Strike team, and you obviously played Counter-Strike at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think's going on? Why do you think fucking North American CSGO is dying?
I don't know, man. I haven't watched too much CS recently, but yeah, I follow some people, and it seems like everyone's just leaving the Valorant. I don't know what's going on.
Do you think that that's what it is, or do you think that just the scene itself, like, sort of dried out? Because I've been very boisterous about my reasoning.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but yeah, I remember.
Well, you're saying it, so we are going to quote you on
That
this.
is true. That is true. But I don't know. I've like talked with Nifty. He's on the Envy team, and basically what he explained to me is like it seems like the talent in like North America, there's not much new talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of just like the same players over and over again, and there's no new talent coming into the scene that's like crazy. So it's kind of hard to like make a team in North America where they could just dominate. And I mean, it makes sense if there's no new talent coming in. Like, how are you gonna recycle the same players and not have success? Like, you kind of need something new. So
yeah, I agree to an extent. I think that Valve was too careless with its sacred cow in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Valve should have never allowed for so many fucking tournament organizers to just come in and milk anything and any time that they wanted.
Yeah.
It from the beginning I called it. So when we won the E-League season 1, season 2, whichever season 2.
Mm-hmm.
E-League season 2 Counter-Strike tournament, and then we had the ESL tournament the following weekend after that, I knew that something was wrong. I'm like, these guys aren't getting a chance to enjoy their win.
Yeah.
And after that, there was like another match in a different continent almost. So for me, immediately, I knew that there was something that was going to be very, very wrong with the new approach. Mm-hmm. And that's just business getting in the way of things. Obviously, everybody wants to get their, you know, it's business, man. Everybody's trying to make a profit. Everybody's trying to make money. There's nothing wrong with that, but we have to be protective of the thing that we're trying to, you know, milk or whatever. Yeah. And unfortunately for Counter-Strike, it is so popular, and it's still such a good sport, right? It's a really, really good one, and I think that there is a way to turn it around, but it would require for businessmen to make bad business decisions, which will never happen, right? Because these are smart businessmen, and they are where they are for a reason. Having too many tournaments is just not good, especially when you're already a well-established esport as Counter-Strike was, right? Like if you are Counter-Strike, the last thing that you should have done was change the format and allow this guy to fucking throw a tournament, this person to throw a tournament, like back-to-back. Oversaturation, man. There was no allure to it. I just saw fucking Astralis beat whoever for the 5th time. Like, wow, boring. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where if they would have put months, like 12 tournaments a year, I'm even cool with that. But two tournaments a month is just not good for fucking anyone.
No, that is something he mentioned. He was saying like there's so much tournaments you can't even go to all of them. Like so it's just like split, and that doesn't seem like it would work well at all.
I'm gonna say it, man, and no one's gonna like me saying it. All right, but I think that franchising for Counter-Strike is the way to go. Valve owns all the things, so they partner with whoever the fuck they need to partner with. But there's only X amount of matches, the way that we have in Call of Duty, the way that it's inevitably going to be in Valorant, the way that League of Legends has done it. I mean, even the way that Overwatch has done it, right? I think that if we are able to sort of have one staple tournament organizer, whether it's Valve or somebody else, and they have the exclusive, or give it to the teams. Yeah. Let the teams, let Jack and Cloud9 and all these other dudes just get together and figure it out. Like, those are smart dudes that can make something happen, but they're gonna need exclusivity to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's what Counter-Strike right now, what it needs most is stability. And having fucking tournaments all over, like, we have nobody here in North America. I was texting with Rush about, what the fuck were we texting about? It wasn't about anything fucking weird, okay? But it was like, let me look at my text, because people are gonna be like, oh, you're Russia. And I'll be like, no, we're not. So he was recommending me people for Counter-Strike if I wanted to step into Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, like, that's right now is not the time. Anyway, so he was recommending somebody to me. He's like, hey, you know, if you're looking at it, I'm like, hey, yo, we said we're gonna go get tacos or some shit, because he was here. He's like, dude, I don't even live there anymore. I'm in London, next to the Hippodrome. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing over there? I didn't even know this, that everybody has moved to Europe, which is where all the action is.
Yeah, that actually is crazy to think about.
What Counter-Strike needs today is stability. One single entity putting on 12 matches a year, or putting on 6 matches a year. That is what Counter-Strike needs. It doesn't need more Counter-Strike. That's the last thing it fucking needs. It needs more Counter-Strike to be able to have other teams sort of not see each other, or just miss each other on the bracket, to fucking keep those wheels turning. Atlanta Face and Huntsman didn't face each other for like 5 events. And when the time came and we put that ass in the dirt, it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
I don't know. Do you think the way that Call of Duty is going right now is the way to go? Because I see this is what I'm asking you. All I see is fucking crying on the timeline. You know, I'm banning this. Let's GA this. Let's be scared of someone who's way better, instead of let's make ourselves better to compete against that better player.
Yeah. How the format and how everything is right now, I mean, I definitely think it's the right way to go, but I agree all the GAs and stuff is kind of ridiculous. It's one of those things where it feels like people just want to constantly change things to better themselves, rather than like just actually working towards a goal. And hopefully that aspect of it changes, but other than that, I think it's in the right direction. But yeah, I agree on the TL, man. It's just a bunch of negativity. I wish everyone could go about things in a more positive way, you know, go to the devs in a more positive way. Because, I mean, if I'm them, you know, I'm sitting here working on my game, and then I just have to, you know, I'm a dev looking at Twitter, and I see all these pros saying, these maps suck. Like, it wouldn't, like, maybe they do suck, or like, they aren't the best this year, but if you go to them in a positive way.
They're not going to change the maps.
No, they're not. But if you go to them in a positive way.
It's been 10 years of this thing.
Yeah. If you go to them in a positive way, I'm thinking, like, maybe next year the maps will be better, because, like, they actually heard us out in a constructive way. But, like, how everything is right now, it's kind of like, if I'm a dev, you know, these guys are just all saying, my maps suck. Why would I want to make them any better? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's a weird way to look at it. But
let me ask you this. Okay, 2 questions. We'll get back to the GA and what you think of that. But on the Optic podcast, we've been discussing. For those of you who don't know, we have an Optic podcast that goes live every single week. Go check out the Optic Chicago channel to catch up on those. But one of the topics that I brought up, or Hitch, I think it was Hitch or Seth, one of them two. Throughout the history of Call of Duty, there's been maps that are just fucking perfect. Raid, incredible map, right? Crash, no matter how many people hate on this, the map, right? Like, I love that map. Like, these maps that are not only iconic, but legendary maps that keep on coming back. Like, Carrington has shown up in Call of Duty, like, more than any other map remake. Like, these maps are good maps. What if next year the dev said, you know what? We get it. We're not going to be as good as we were in the past. Not because we lack the imagination, but we lack the time in the life cycle of Call of Duty. Yeah. And every year, because this game makes billions of dollars a year for a company that's supposed to be making money for their investors, which is the public who invest in them, we have a responsibility to our investors to make sure that we're capitalizing on everything. But let me tell you this. if they put themselves in the mindset, okay, and Vonderhaar, if you're watching, you're my boy, you know this, right? If you want to get on that podcast and set everybody straight because you want to, let me know. I got you. But why not bring back some of those maps? Like, pick 5 maps that you would want to play right now. Right? I'll start it off with Raid. Obviously, Raid's a good comeback.
Yeah.
What else would you bring back?
Standoff, Warhawk. I mean, I'm a little biased because I didn't play the old CODs, but yeah, Solar from AW.
Yay. Wasn't that fucking Dr. Disrespect's map? He designed that shit?
Dude, that map was sick.
Was it?
Yeah, he made that map.
Dude, he watches regularly.
He's
gonna be smiling.
Solar was a goatee map. The 5th map, that's a tough one. Either between like Express or
Express was fucking great.
It was S&D. Yeah, that map was sick. And then honestly, I would pick Express. Like that was a good S&D map. Like
imagine this world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Counter-Strike has been around for how long? Do you think? Like, give it a shot. 20 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
And they play the same maps over and over. Sure, there's been a little tweaks to the map, but imagine if competitive Call of Duty, right? The way that the hoop is 10 feet high and it's 23 feet to the 3-point. I think I don't know. Everything's 23 because of Michael Jordan. Right? Let's just say the same way that we have those rules, the same way that there's 100 yards on a football field, right? What if we made them those sort of commitments to the competition of the game and said, if it's league play or if it's CDL, we're only going to play these maps. And these maps are a culmination of 10 years of incredible game building in the past just brought to the future, right? Every casual player that wants to play the new maps can play the new maps. Warzone's there for you. And pro players, if you guys want to go play pubs and play the new maps, you can go do that. If you see a map that could work, let's bring it into the fucking rotation. Yeah. But let's not go away from changing the way that we're creating these this competitive environment. Let's just stick to the top 5, right? This will always be an S&D map. This will always be a hardpoint map. This will always be this sort of map.
Yeah.
Forever. You know what I mean? Like
that
forever.
Would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, that would be nice.
Or give us 4. Mm-hmm. Give us 4 in the past that we all decide as a community, as a committee. Right, we'll have a player committee, an ownership committee, and I won't be a part of that because I play, so I'll be super biased. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have a commission. We do the league commission, but they sit down and they pick 4 from the past, and they just remake those, reskin them or whatever. If we're going from advanced futuristic warfare to Cold War, then same map structure. We just change the look of the barrels or the sandbags or whatever. Yeah. Let's make that commitment to each other. Let's make that commitment to each other for the betterment of Call of Duty, for the betterment of the competition of Call of Duty. If it's league or if it's competition, these are the maps. But once a year, we have 2 new maps. They hop into the rotation of the new maps so they can, show off.
No, that would be nice, for sure. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree at all with that statement. It would be nice to come as a collective, get 5 maps. And make it happen, but you never know how would that happen though. Like, you actually believe that could happen?
Yeah, I do. Look, the one thing that I've learned about the league this year about Call of Duty is that once you actually assign resources to that, right? Call of Duty has never assigned any resources. I mean, out of the goodness of fucking David Vonderhaar's heart, like, shit started to change, and I'm saying him because he was the face of that. But the Jay Perriers and everybody in the Mark Lamias, like, these people in the background have always been like, champions of our cause. Yeah. But it wasn't that with every single developer. It is because of the example that they have set, that helped. But we never had Activision support, period, ever, right? Yeah. This was these developers fucking with what we're doing. They're like, yeah, that's cool. We're going to support that. That was that was not Activision. That was those developers wanted to do that. Yeah. Now that we, as ownership groups, have invested all these millions of dollars into the thing. Now we have the support. Now we get to pay an incredible brain like Johanna Ferris, right? We have all these people behind closed doors that are all working towards this common goal because now we have that resource. And in the last year, we have been able to sort of have this communication that goes beyond just like falling on deaf ears, right? It goes up the chain, and it goes all the way to the decision maker at the top. And then that's when things start to move. So do I think that that's a possibility? Absolutely. Absolutely, and I think it'd be the best. If Valve, any of Valve's watching, let's just listen to me, man. You know, just listen. This is
You've
why.
been around.
Not only have I been around, but I literally want this. I want to continue to do what I do forever.
Yeah.
And the only way that happens is if we cut our bad habits now and just start molding the future the way that we want the future to be molded. And bringing back maps, dude, that's the way to do it. And I understand. This is one of the issues, and I know I'm taking over this podcast, right? But please interrupt me.
Yeah.
I know that Infinity Ward created Carrington, right?
Yeah.
That map that then was Chinatown in Call of Duty 4. That was then like in other ones. Whatever. I know that Treyarch doesn't have access to that IP or that brain that map because another brain that didn't work for Treyarch did. So I get the inner studio relationship, but one thing I never understood, and I never will, right? I'm not the smart Bobby Kotick's of the world that has like its finger on every pulse and knows why things work the way they do. I'm not that dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know why all these studios don't become one super fucking studio and just divisions them. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking handle pubs.
I wish it was like that.
You handle pubs, all right? Don't fucking look over here.
Yeah.
Don't bring your shit over here. Just keep your pub shit over there, and then let's do league play over here, and then let's do CDL over here. I think there is a chance to change it if we all, you know, put our brains together and like you said, appropriately, politely suggest things.
Yeah.
And they're heard, okay? Sometimes they don't. That's when people lose their shit on Twitter, and that's when, you know, bullshit happens. Anyway.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I agree with you. Like you said, like, you want to be doing this forever. I love video games. I would love to be doing this as long as I can as well. So, not even just from a competitor standpoint, like, I agree. Cutting the bad habits in some of these gaming industries and companies would be ideal, because I love games, and I genuinely love games, and the way games are being made nowadays, just some of the things I just don't agree with at all. But I'm not the one there making it, so I don't know how it is. But to me, looking on it from the outside, it seems like they're made off of, like, I mean, obviously everyone loves money. You want money. They're made like to make money, rather than like before they were made from like passion, like people who like really loved games. And that's how it felt. Is like the old games, like it was like just straight passion, like there's glitches, stuff like that. That's fine, but it just felt more like intuitive and like you got immersed into the game. Where now it feels like, at least like just games being made, it doesn't feel like that same passion isn't there. You know,
I do.
You could feel it, and that's what I miss.
I don't know. I don't know if that's fully, and I know that's like I have that same feeling a little bit, because I do know that you can't create something like these games are good. Yeah. Right. They're just not good. They're just not suitable for what we do. Right. Like on the CDL side, but they are good. I mean, obviously, like Miami, one of the most beautiful maps I've ever fucking been in. Right. Especially now that I play on 4K and 240 hertz and shit. I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
It looks really, really good. So I know that the passion's there. It's just a structure, and it goes on. And I always say it, right. Like, you have the really, really good creative people that can make this thing change. Yeah. But then you have that layer in the pyramid, and then you have like the base of it is the creatives and the people that know the best of how to do this thing, and then you have like fucking 15 floors of lawyers before you get to the decision maker at the top. Yeah. Right. All that shit in the middle, all those good people, I bet, like bad. I'm not saying they're bad people, but they get in the way, and they have to. That's their job. Their job is to protect their company, right? So I think that the institutionally there needs to be a lot of changes, and I think that a committee of what is best for CDL needs to happen and do that, because this whole we don't have league play right now I just don't see how that's a fucking thing.
I don't see how that's a problem either.
I'm gonna say
it sucks to say, because like we both love Call of Duty, you know, like we want it to be the best it can be. So it's not like we're like hating or anything. It's just, you know, there could be changes that make it better. Yeah. So.
But you don't know how to code. I don't know how to code.
I don't know how to do it.
I don't know what sort. Think about this. I don't know what sort of numbers and letters and equal signs and parentheses and this, that, and the other. Exactly. I have to put in one line to be able to throw a grenade to bounce off a wall exactly because of gravity. Like, think about it. You're literally creating a universe.
It's crazy to think about.
In which gravity exists, where you're able to, I mean, think about like the physics of a video game where I can throw a smoke up against that wall, it bounces off like exactly as it should in real life. I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that. We're not smart enough.
No.
Tell us that. You know what I mean? Tell us like, listen, I get that you think that this should just happen, this magic. No, it takes like this line of code to do this for me to be able to bring in league play into this thing. The ranking system. What sort of computation needs to happen? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know that
it's
shit.
easy to say, like, just copy this ranking system from this game. I know it's a lot deeper than that, and, like, there's a lot more thought that goes into it than we'll ever, even understand, so.
Like, there's fucking, like, I don't know. Like, we won't be able to understand it. We get that. But just give us a little bit of something. Yeah. Because I have solved it. I'm going to tell you, what is it? Today's the 19th of December of 2020. In 2013... I figured out how to bring casual players into competitive without overbearing them with competition. Have league play. Give us either a prestige emblem or a camo, right? Yeah. If you are a camo hunter, right, and you have diamond or black mat, I don't even know. I can't tell you the last time I played. I'm a rank 11 in Black Ops. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time that I played pubs, but I know that a lot of people play pubs, and I know a lot of people are unlocking their camos for every single weapon. Tell me that if you don't show up, you're this guy, right? You get home and you're unlocking your shit and you get it. But you get into it and you see a camo that you've never seen before.
Yep.
And then you ask us, yo, where the fuck did you get that camo? He's like, I'm silver
League play.
I'm silver on league play. What the fuck is
Yeah.
silver? I thought I was the best. I unlocked everything. I'm ranked top 100 in the world. What do you mean I'm not the best?
Yeah.
I'm in the top 100. He's like, no, you're not. Right? There's pro players out there in league play. There's Hectors out. 40-year-old fucking 11 ranked motherfuckers will put your ass on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I solved it. That's all they got to do. I don't know what it takes.
Nah, I agree. Like, something as simple, like, just to make people want to play it, like, something as simple as, like, there's 5 ranks, let's say. Each rank, you get a different camo, and the highest rank is the coolest camo. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it would be as simple as that to make people want to play league play and start getting into the Call of Duty. I mean, obviously, like I said, we don't know how it is designing it or making it happen, but I mean, people want to be rewarded, and for Call of Duty, camos is like very rewarding. Just having a cool camo and putting it as a reward for a rank is like a no-brainer for me. But like I said, don't know how it happens, but make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously, like, the amount of people that look at that and they saw like an Empire camo on somebody whose weapon that they picked up, they're like, what the fuck is this? And then they go look for it, and then, there's this thing called CDL. That's where they got it. He's like, apparently there's teams. There must be those clans things that were back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, cool. It's like, all right, but that's where they stop. They don't think about it anymore, right? If you do this thing, you will be more interested in that. You know what else is? Here's another thing. If you get 1,000 wins in Warzone, you should have your own weapon skin that only people with 1,000 wins get it. The same way that YouTube does the 100,000 gold plaque, the silver plaque, the gold play button, the diamond, and then the ruby is what I think right? Like, I think that's like what we should do. Get fun, man. Like, let's go back to fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Again, I will never be able to put all that line of text and code into one thing to make a grenade fall from the sky the right way. But they can. And it's just a matter of that support going there. You know what I mean?
Nah, you got to bring back all that fun, man. I'm telling you. It's the way. It's the way.
Any closing comments?
No closing comments, but I do hope that what you said about, the maps in Call of Duty, I would be very supportive of that for sure. Like, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. And that's it.
I think one of the major fears that they have is that the community is going to be like, what the fuck? I just paid. Like, it just happened to me when I dropped the Founders hoodie that looked exactly, sort of like the champion one. There was one specific thing that happened. This is something completely different. It's better quality already. Yeah. But I think their fear is that they're going to see and they're going to be like, hey, we played this map already. We're giving new shit, right? Where that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that for competitive,
yes.
Give us those fucking maps. Okay? For competitive, give us those maps and we'll meet you in the middle. We'll incorporate 2 of your new not shitty maps into this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that, yeah.
I don't know. Give me a call, whoever is in charge. Well, I could give them a call. I have them all speed dial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm here to make Call of Duty better as best I can. And if me talking about this or making a podcast like this that makes people think a certain way or add on to my thought, we're all in this together. We all want this to succeed, right? I don't want pubs to end. Like, that's how I got into this thing. Of course. You know what I mean? Like, I want everybody to have fun, and I want the Call of Duty universe, the way that there's a Marvel universe, I want that to be a thing. I want the Call of Duty universe to be a super cool, full of superheroes that sort of you get to be involved with.
Oh, hell yeah. For sure.
All right, Kyler. Yeah. There's any definition to that name?
No, not really.
Did you ever ask your dad? I was like, Dad, what's up? Kyler.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've actually never asked my parents why my name is.
You know how many Hectors there are in this world? So many.
So many.
Yeah, so many. I would like to have a cool name that, I don't know, something cool. Anyway, thank you, brother. I appreciate you for stopping by.
Yes,
this won't be the last time. I'm trying to get you and somebody else from your team. Maybe you and Stro or someone together do the podcast. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed it, share it, leave a like. All of Hukes' information is going to be listed in the description down below. So make sure to follow him on Twitter and anything that you do. Even though you say you don't use, you got to get on that, man. It's part of your job.
No, I need to start posting more.
It's part of your job, dude.
Yeah.
We want to know. What about the Rockets? What is it? What's up with the Rockets?
No, I do need to be more active on all that.
Yeah. All right, and again, another quick shout out to both DoorDash and HBO Max. Make sure to subscribe. Good programs happening. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. We didn't talk about the GAs. Anything you got to say about the GAs? Last closing comments. You can say stop being pussies.
GAs are whack, man. That's all I got to say. GAs are whack for sure.
GAs are whack. You heard it here. I mean, not first. I mean, I've been saying it. Everybody's been saying it. Like, man, just grab the gun and shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the gun, buddy. Okay, you GA and something is not gonna make you shoot better or understand the way the game plays.
GA this gun, GA that gun. Like, you're still getting gun. You know what I mean? It ain't the gun.
It ain't the gun or the map. All right.
Exactly.
We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.